Since Star Wars Skeleton Crew comes out next month,
Please be good.
I have a bad feeling about this.
and since there's been some news surrounding Star Wars, it's a good time to revisit a pretty decent Star Wars game, Star Wars Battlefront II, the second one. I know it's not the most recent Star Wars game to come out, but I'm not buying Outlaws till it's on sale. I know I make the reviews, but I see the other ones, and they're not too great.
He's not wrong.
Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront II, released in 2017 by DICE and EA, is a science fiction shooter set in the beloved Star Wars universe. Aiming to expand upon its 2015 predecessor, it combines classic elements from the original Star Wars Battlefront games with modern graphics and gameplay mechanics. Despite some initial controversy surrounding the microtransactions, the game has since evolved through its updates, delivering a rich experience for Star Wars fans and shooter enthusiasts alike. As a multiplayer-focused shooter with action-adventure elements, Battlefront 2 fits into the first-person and third-person shooter genre. It features modes that require teamwork and strategy alongside objective-based gameplay across various Star Wars eras. Players experience basic sci-fi and fantasy game elements, while operating iconic vehicles, wielding lightsabers, and using force abilities gives the game its unique flavor. Welcome to Midnight Launch. I'm JD, and today we're going to be taking a look at Battlefront 2 from the perspective of a consumer. Let's get started. Gameplay. The gameplay in Battlefront 2 offers versatility, with both ground and space battles spanning large maps. With a range of modes from fast-paced battles to tactical missions, it captures the intensity of Star Wars conflicts. Players can play as regular troops from the different eras, or they can choose between iconic hero characters like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and more, each with their own unique abilities. Combat is mostly smooth and dynamic, with options to switch between third and first-person views. There are sometimes issues in the campaign when interacting with certain environmental elements, and the UI doesn't always show objective locations, leading to some confusion about where to go or what to do next.
Enzo, where am I supposed to go? I don't care! No, Enzo.
Because of all this, we're going to give Battlefront 2 a 7 out of 10 for gameplay. Replayability and story. The game was made mainly for its multiplayer matches, intending for near infinite replayability. The game's variety in characters, classes, and game modes helped that, as well as post-launch updates which added more maps, heroes, and events that kept the gameplay fresh. In order to level up the different classes and heroes, players had to keep playing the multiplayer mode. Despite all this, the game's multiplayer servers aren't as full as they used to be, decreasing the replayability for multiplayer matches. But playing against AI is still an enjoyable option.
If you like that kind of thing.
Battlefront 2 also features a single-player campaign centered on the story of Iden Versio, an Imperial Special Forces soldier, and her journey through the events after Return of the Jedi, leading up to The Force Awakens. You also have the opportunity to play as some of the more well-known and beloved Star Wars characters such as Luke, Leia, Han Solo, and Lando. The campaign delves into some of the perspectives of both the Empire and the Rebellion, though more of the latter than the former. However, overall, it's a decent narrative-driven experience. The whole campaign and its additional chapter took a total of around 6 hours to complete. While somewhat short, it added some depth to the Star Wars universe, and it introduces a new storyline for fans to enjoy, with new characters for fans to get to know. For this, we're going to give Battlefront 2 a 5 out of 10 for replayability and a 7 out of 10 for story. Multiplayer capabilities. Multiplayer is the core of Battlefront 2, offering a variety of modes that suit both casual and competitive players. From massive 20v20 galactic assault battles to hero showdown, players can experience large-scale Star Wars conflicts. The problem comes when you try to join a lobby. Being an older game, the community of people that play it has dwindled down to mostly its die-hard fans. If you are newer to the game and manage to get into an online match, expect to be absolutely demolished by high-level players with maxed out skills.
Watch this.
not very beginner friendly. There are co-op modes that you can enjoy with a group of friends, but there unfortunately is no option for a private lobby where you can face off against each other. For this, we're going to give Battlefront II a 4 out of 10 for multiplayer capabilities. Technical specifications. The minimum technical requirements for Star Wars Battlefront II ensure the game runs smoothly on mid-tier hardware. A Windows 10 operating system is needed, and it requires an AMD FX 6350 or Intel Core i5-6600K processor. The game needs at least 8GB of RAM, a graphics card such as the AMD Radeon HD 7850 or NVIDIA GeForce GTX 660, and a DirectX 11 compatible video card. A minimum of 60GB of hard drive space is needed, along with a stable internet connection for accessing online features. These specs provide a baseline for optimal gameplay and are accessible to most people. For this, we're going to give Battlefront 2 an 8 out of 10 for tech specs. Value for money. Since launch, Battlefront 2 has seen many updates that have added content and made it a much better value than it originally was. However, for its $40 price tag, it would take a newer player some dedication to the game to get a good hour per dollar ratio. The game's additional content doesn't cost anything, so that's a plus, but the current state of the game doesn't justify its price unless you plan to play it regardless of the status of its multiplayer server. For this, we're going to give Battlefront 2 a 4 out of 10 for value. Our consensus. If you're going to buy it, make sure you buy it on sale. The game is good if you like Star Wars titles, but it's not as active as it once was. And since multiplayer was a large part of the game that's now somewhat lacking, it wouldn't be worth paying full price. Thanks for watching this episode of Midnight Launch. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe. If you have any games that you want us to check out, drop it in the comment section. Or if you have any categories that you want us to rate on, put that in the comment section as well. Thanks for watching. See you next time.